For 600 years, one empire waged endless war without ever going broke. This is the secret of history's most resilient money machine. Most empires crumble under the cost of conflict. Their treasuries drain, their debts spiral, and their power evaporates. So how did the Ottoman Empire fight for centuries while its finances grew stronger? The answer isn't just about conquest. It's about a financial blueprint, so ingenious, it turned war into profit. Welcome to Winds of Thought. We explore the ideas that built and broke the world. From a tiny frontier state to a superpower straddling 3 continents, the Ottoman story is familiar. But we often miss the engine that sustained it. Battles don't topple empires. Broken budgets do, and the Ottomans designed a system to make their budget practically unbreakable. Their first masterstroke was making the army pay for itself. In medieval Europe, a king faced a ruinous problem. A standing army, the salaries, the gear, the food had bled kingdoms dry. The Ottoman solution was elegant and a little ruthless. They didn't pay their cavalry. They paid them with power. This was the Timar system. A soldier, a sipahi, wouldn't receive coins from the state. Instead, he was granted the right to collect taxes from a specific area of land. In return, he funded his own equipment, horse, and readiness for war. The state's payroll expense vanished overnight. Think about that. The government converted its biggest cost military payroll into a self-sustaining network of local tax farmers. The soldier was invested in keeping his district peaceful and productive. The treasury was protected. They didn't finance an army. They engineered a financial organism. But cavalry alone couldn't hold an empire. They needed a dedicated corps of elite infantry. And here, they executed a second, more controversial financial maneuver. The Janissaries. These were soldiers taken as children from Christian communities, converted and raised by the state. The ethical weight of this is immense, and we shouldn't gloss over it. But financially, it was a staggering efficiency. The empire outsourced the cost of childhood food, shelter, upbringing to the families in its conquered lands. It then acquired a fully loyal adult warrior, needing only training and a salary. The upfront capital required to create an elite soldier was virtually zero. If the Timar system erased the cost of cavalry, the Janissary system minimized the cost of elite infantry. Together, they formed a military engine that generated more value than it consumed. Yet the real genius was in the empire's geography and how it leveraged trade. Sitting astride the crossroads of the world, they controlled the arteries of commerce. Silk, spices, everything moved through their gates. And on everything, they collected a toll. This wasn't just income. It was perpetual, high-margin cash flow. And it funded a policy where war literally paid for war. A European kingdom might win a battle and be bankrupted by it. The Ottomans would conquer a region and instantly add its trade routes, productive lands, and populations to their revenue base. Conquest was an investment with an immediate return. They amplified this with state monopolies on essentials like salt and coffee. Think of it as the medieval version of a national oil company, guaranteed revenue stream, funding the state's ambitions. This system powered centuries of expansion. But all financial models have a shelf life. The world began to change. New sea routes bypassed their land. The timber holders grew corrupt. The Janissaries, once a lean fighting force, became a bloated political class demanding privilege and pay. The empire faced a new reality. It now needed a modern, salaried army. And for that, it needed cold, hard cash. The very thing it had avoided needing for 600 years. Desperate, they turned to the very European powers they once rivaled. They took loan after loan. The interest piled up. In 1881, they lost control of their own finances to a foreign debt commission. The empire that once mastered the economics of war was strangled by the economics of debt. Empires fall on balance sheets, long after their last battle. The Ottoman warning echoes today. We see its shadow in modern military contractors, outsourcing costs just like the Timar, in choke points like the Strait of Hormuz, where tolls are now about oil tankers. In nations leveraging sovereign wealth funds, the heirs to state monopolies, and in the devastating spiral of national debt that still cripples states. The uniforms and technology change. The underlying financial calculus of power does not. If this perspective on the relentless engine of history resonated with you, please give this video a like. It helps Winds of Thought explore more ideas like this. Subscribe and hit the bell to join us as we uncover the thoughts that shaped our world.